Hi everyone, today I'm going to show you a very interesting game between Nakamura and MVL. And yes, Nakamura is in the final of SCC and today he's playing Carson. So let's quickly jump into the game. Naka, he was white, he started with knight f3, d5, and here b3 is his main move in the blitz, and this is Nim Solarsen opening. Knight f6, e3, we control d4, that's very important. g6 and bishop to b2. This is the main move in Nim Solarsen, so bishop has this beautiful diagonal. Bishop g7 by MVL, c4, castle, and d4 was played by Naka. He has many games in this position. Here, instead d4, we can also take, and after queen takes, knight c3, and queen has to go back to d8. This is also an option. And here in this position, black has two options, c6 or c5. So in the game, MVL played c6, but let's consider c5 a little bit. Now we take on c5, queen a5 is a check. This is playable line, knight d2, bishop g4, cd4, knight takes, and bishop takes here, king takes, and so on. So let's go back to the game. Now we develop a bishop, very normal move, and white prepares to castle. Bishop g4, doubling the knights, let's put it like this, on d and f file. And here knight b to d7 was played, but actually in this position computer recommends c5. Now h3, very good move to kick this bishop away. Bishop takes, knight takes, and here e6 was played by MVL. We can also play queen to a5 check, but after queen d2, takes, takes, knight e4, king c2. Actually, this was a bad move. King should go to here, but this king c2 was Naka Rahmanov in Title Tuesday. So not queen a5 by MVL, but just this e6. Now queen has to go here. We also prepare some rook to d1. And in this position, queen to e7 was played. That's actually a new move. In Naka Dubov, Dubov played rook to e8, castle a6, and just rook f to d1. So this was again in Title Tuesday, but MVL goes for queen to e7. Now castle, and here in this position, black plays really interesting move. The main idea in this position is to play rook here and this rook here, but actually MVL goes for rook f to c8, very interesting move, and his idea is to play c5 as quickly as possible. So rook a to c1 was played, this rook was doing nothing on a1, c5, and here actually Nakamura took on d5, but that wasn't the best move. Better would be just to wait with, let's say, queen to b1. This is very natural, getting queen out of the danger c file. But Naka took, now knight takes, and in this position, again, queen b1 is the best move. But Naka actually played slight inaccuracy with bishop to a3. And now very nice reply, but very subtle one, and amazing move by MVL. He played queen to d8, amazing move, and idea is to go here and harass this bishop. So here Naka blundered actually with taking the pawn on c5. Little more stubborn is this queen to d2, cd, and knight takes here. I mean, not stubborn, but the best defense. But he took on c5, queen a5. Now bishop is under attack. And e4, again, an accuracy by Naka here. The best defense is bishop to b2, knight b4. And now this very nice move, bishop to c3, pinning the queen. So let's say if bishop takes, queen takes, rook c5. But now this intermediate move, bishop to c4, and if knight takes, if knight takes here, queen takes, rook a1, and b6, but black is still better. Here it's also a very nice move after a bishop to c4. You might be wondering why not b5, because just a3, and if queen takes, rook a1, and this is very funny line. Queen here, and we take here, but also knight is lost. So very nice move, but after this e4, MVL played, of course, knight to f4, attack this bishop. Also playable is just to take here on a3, and after ed, rook takes here on c5, queen b1, and black takes back on d5. So many possibilities. Now Naka played g3, knight takes h3, king g2, and here very beautiful move by black, by MVL. He took on f2, queen takes, and yes, and we grab this bishop. So actually in this position it says that -3 for black, so black is totally winning. But as you will see, Naka is very resourceful and he finds very amazing moves from now on. So rook to c4 was played, and yeah, and this was a trick, this move actually. Here you have two options, either to take with the knight or take with the rook. So which one would you choose? One, it's not the best, and one, it's winning. Yeah, in this position, knight takes here, it's the best move. Why? Because after knight d4, we can take a bishop, queen takes, and king just hides here on h8. So, but Naka didn't play this. Sorry, not Naka, but MVL didn't play that, but he took with the rook. And now he finds really amazing move, Naka, in this position. So you can pause the video, white to play, and try to find the best move for white. Yeah, Naka plays knight to d4, amazing move. And the point is, yes, we attack here, and yeah, that's a major point. So let's examine a few lines. Also, yeah, not only this, but also a rook to a4 is a major threat, and winning this queen. So here actually MVL took, and as I said, knight e5, rook a4 wins the queen. But let's also consider this move. If black takes the knight, now we take here, and there's huge pressure on this knight, on this pawn. So what to do? Again, if knight to e5, we want to protect this f7 square, but now just rook to a4 and queen is lost. So yeah, a brilliancy by Naka. So rook takes c4, queen f7 check, king goes to h8, and now again very good move, knight e6, we threaten checkmate here on g7, rook goes here to g8, and queen to d7 was played, but actually this wasn't the best move. In this position, bishop takes rook is the best, and we will see the idea. Knight e5, we attack queen and bishop, so why is this so good? But now just queen takes on b7, and let's say if knight takes bishop, bc4, now check on a2, of course we have to cover, rook f2, queen c4, and now we take this bishop, and yeah, in this position actually h5 is the best move, but let's consider, okay, black decides to take here on g7, but now we have this beautiful move, rook f8. Yeah, if we cover with the queen, then queen is lost, so rook goes back to g8, but now just simple queen to b2, and yeah, it's actually checkmate, queen d4, and very nice checkmate. So yeah, rook was pinned, we cannot cover. So quite amazing move would be that bishop takes here, but of course this was blitz, so we cannot find moves like this. rook to c3 was played, and here knight to g5. Again, in this position, if we take a bishop, there's queen a2, let's say king h3, and queen takes here, so it's very undecisive who's winning. But so knight to g5 was played, and in this position rook to f8 was played by MVL, but actually this is a blunder. Let's see the best defense. h6, knight f7, king h8. Yeah, if we go here back to g8, it's only a repetition. So let's consider e5, rook takes d3, queen takes, queen a2, rook f2, and queen to a6. Quite nice move, and this is equal. But after rook to f8, we have this annoying check. So king goes here to g8, and again in this position it's very hard to find the best move, and Naka didn't find it. So queen to d5 was played, but look at this beautiful move here. Just slight, difference, but the main point of queen to e6, why this move is so good, is that black doesn't have h5 or h6, because this pawn will be hanging on g6. Let's see some lines. h6, of course, now knight goes here to e5, so king h7 takes, king g8, bishop check, rook takes, rook f8, queen takes, and we can take here, so this is actually winning. But let's also consider if h5 is played, then here knight g5, king h8, and we take here. So that was the main difference of queen to e6, because that we can pick up this pawn on g6. So queen d5, a mistake. Here it's actually 0-0 again. h5 now it's possible, but MVL goes for queen to e7. Now bishop c4. And in this position, again, blunder by MVL, just taking on c4. The best defense is this amazing bishop to f6, e5, rook c2, king h3, queen f7, quite amazing move. Yeah, if we take, let's see what happens if we take. Rook takes, we can take like this, but actually, believe it or not, after king to e7, black is actually better in this position because a pawn is hanging there. So let's go a little bit back. e5, rook c2, king h3. Now we can take here. So queen d3 has to be played, not taking the queen. And rook c4. Now we take on f6, rook c7, rook takes f7, and rook c takes f7. And black is a little bit better, but this I think should be holdable for white. So quite impressive moves, again found by Stockfish. So a rook to c4 was played, not bishop to f6, knight h6, king h8. Now we take a rook, queen takes, knight f7, king g8, knight d6, king h8. Now finally we take this rook. So we know that knight and queen are very dangerous. So white is better here. And after b6, Naka finds wrong time to advance this pawn. In this position, knight f7 is winning, king g8. Now we go knight e8, king h8, and now we transfer knight here on d7, queen e8, and now we advance, and this is way better than in, as you will see, comparison to this position where knight is still here. So h5, very good defense, e6, bishop f6, and now as you can see, black is holding this e7 square. Knight e4, bishop goes to e7, queen e5 check, king h7, and queen enters here and pinning the king. Still very dangerous, but now black finds king to h6, very nice. Here we can take on a7, it's also an option, but this is now huge danger, so we cannot take here, it's a check, so that would be a draw. So Naka decides for knight to c3, queen f6, knight d5, attacking bishop and queen. So yeah, queen b2, the only move, so we go for check, king f3, bishop c5, queen f4. You know, this position actually is draw, even black is slightly better, g5, queen f6, now white forces exchange of queens, king goes to g6, knight d5, bishop d6, now g4, good move, but h4, now this is also a passed pawn, so white has to be careful, a4, bishop c5, king g2, bishop d6, king h3, bishop c5, knight c3, and yes, king f6 was played. Also playable was this bishop e7, knight e4, bishop goes here to b4. After knight king to f6, knight e4 was played, check. Now finally we take this pawn, king e5, king h4, and in this position the draw is bishop to e7. I can show you bishop e7, let's say king h5, king d4, knight e6 check, king takes c4, g5, bishop takes, king takes, and black will pick up the last pawn, and we know that knight and king cannot checkmate. King f4 takes, but amazing move, really, I should say amazing blunder in this position is king goes to d4, and this loses a game. Knight e6 check, take the pawn, we take a bishop, so bishop cannot take this pawn, bc5, g5, king d5, king h5, c4, g6, king e6, king h6, c3, and g7. And yeah, and white is faster, and in this position MVL resigned. Let's just see how game could end it. Very easy, because we promote with a check, king has to go here, and now the easiest way would be just to pick this pawn and mate the black's king. So yeah, very amazing game. It was really interesting, full of tactics, and we went for deep analysis. Stockfish is really amazing for analyzing game, and today, as I said, Naka is facing Carson, so it will be a very exciting match, and tomorrow I will cover some of their games. So guys, thank you for watching and supporting me as always, and please like, share and subscribe, and I'll see you soon in the next video. Bye.